Hi, welcome to this class. I'm Farah and we're going to be flowing into side crow today, which is a really fun arm balance to try, but it's also really good for your body because it releases any tension in your back and it builds a lot of strength and fire in the body. So not only will we flow into a warm-up for it, but I'll also teach you how to do it. So this is going to be a full power Vinyasa class put into 35 minutes for you, and you'll still leave feeling stretched out and all good. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post a new sequence every week. So if you have any specific requests, just let me know, and subscribing is going to make sure that you stay updated with my classes. And yeah, so let's begin. So maybe you will need a block today. If you find that blocks are useful for your practice, you can use it. It's not absolutely necessary, but if you're still working on your side crow and you'd like a bit more help, blocks are always a useful tool for you. And as we begin, we're gonna come into a comfortable seated position. You can cross your legs, find a tall spine, and close your eyes. Just taking a moment to come into your breath. Notice how you breathe. Finding a tall spine as you lower the shoulders down. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today. And maybe starting to activate your Ujjayi breathing. So breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Feeling this slight constriction in your throat. It's like you're fogging a mirror, but with your mouth closed. So it's the same kind of sensation. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the nose. Just starting to feel more connected with yourself, more connected into the earth. And slowly opening your eyes. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our right hand onto the ground, onto the side, and lower the right forearm down. Reach the left arm over your head, taking a nice stretch through the left side body here. So we're just creating a lot of space on the left side. And come back to the center, and this time bring your left hand onto your right knee. Right hand comes behind you as you come into a gentle twist. So making sure that you're twisting through your spine, let your neck be relaxed, no need to look back. Keeping the spine long as you inhale, and as you exhale, twist. And come back to the center, reach your right arm up, lower the left hand onto the ground, lower the forearm down, and reach the right arm over your head. Keep your palm pointing towards the earth. Opening the right side of the chest here, keep reaching your right hand far. And from here, we're going to come back up, lower the right hand onto the left knee, and come into a twist. Easy twist here, just starting to bring a bit more space in the side of the body, a bit more compression in the other side of the body. And come back to the center. And lower your hands onto the ground as you come into a tabletop position. We're just going to start with nice wrist warm-up to make sure that the wrists are warm and supple and strong. So you're going to spread your fingers really wide. Lift the heel of your hands up. Feel your fingertips pressing into the ground. Feel the knuckles pressing down. And lower the heel of the hand down. Let's do that a few more times. Lift up. And lower down, lift up, lower down, lift up. So you want to feel that the knuckles are pressing down, the heel of the hand is up. Feel your fingers stretching, lower down, lift up, lower down. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to create a fist with the left hand so that you're pressing the top of your left hand up, creating this fist like that. And bring your left elbow out to the side, bend it as you lower your chest down, and come all the way up. Feeling that stretch in the top of your wrist here, lowering down and coming up. Bend the elbows, lower down and come back up and release. Let's take it to the other side. So creating this fist, press the top of your hand down and lower down, come back up. Lower down as you bend the elbows, bringing your chest lower, come back up and lower down, coming all the way back up. Beautiful. From here, let's just shake the hands out, taking a few circles with your wrist in both directions. And press your knuckles down. Let's lift the knees, come into a downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths in our downward facing dog today. Keeping the gaze soft on the knees, feeling your feet as wide as your hips. And from here, we're gonna lift the heels really high so that your toes are pressing into the ground, the ball of your foot is pressing down, and lower your heels to the right side so that your feet are stacked in front of each other. We're gonna come into a bit of a side bend on the left side. So the feet are equally stacked on top of each other. Breathing here and come back to the center. Lift your heels high and lower your heels to the left side. So the opposite side of what you did last time, taking a bend over to the right side here. And come back to the center. From here, we're gonna step both feet forward. Come into a flat back as you inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Lift your shoulders up. And exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Beautiful. Keep your feet as wide as your hips. And inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, lower your hands down to the ground. We're going to go through a sun salutation A. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, press your hands down into the ground and step or jump both feet to the back, landing in a chaturanga. From here, we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the ground. Bring your fingertips to the outside edges of your mat. Press your hips down. Press the top of your foot down. Inhale, lengthen. Lift the chest up. And exhale, lower down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Lift yourself up, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths in our downward facing dog. And breathing here, maybe cycling the heels, doing whatever feels good for you. Knuckles pressed down, feel your shoulders lifting up towards the ears. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. And as you inhale, can you reach your right leg high, 3-leg down dog? And exhale, bring your right knee to the left elbow. Beautiful. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, and step your right foot forward. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, coming up to a low lunge here. Feeling the stretch through your hip flexor on the left side, the left thigh, lifting the shoulders up. And from here, we're gonna grab your block. If you've got it, just place it outside of your right hip. And if you don't have it, that's fine. Keep reaching the arms out. And as you exhale, lower the right hand onto the block, just outside of the right hip. Come into a side bend. Reach your left arm out to the side, creating all that space in your left side body. Breathing here for 3 breaths. And if you haven't got the block, you can lower your hand all the way down to the ground. If that's too much, bring your hand onto your right hip, making sure you're just bending to the left side rather than going into a forward bend or a back bend. Best thing about these blocks is that you can change the level, change the height at any time. And from there, we're gonna lower the left elbow onto the right knee, bring the palms together into the center of your chest, coming into a twist. Breathing here. So no need to lift the knees just yet. We're still starting to warm up the body, just focusing on that twist in the spine. And as you exhale, lower your hands down to frame the right foot, lift your left knee up and step your right leg back, downward facing dog. And lift your heels round your back, coming into your plank position. From here, we're gonna lower the knees, option 1. Option 2, stay in your plank position. Wherever you are, you're gonna lean forward. Keep leaning forward as much as you can. And then you're gonna squeeze your elbows in, chaturanga, holding that for a breath here. Beautiful. And tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, lift your hips up, open the chest out, upward facing dog. Exhale, come back into a downward facing dog. Breathing here. And as you inhale, left leg comes all the way up, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow, twist. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, step the left foot next to the left thumb. Lower your right knee down and sweep your arms up as you come up to a low lunge here. Breathing. Feeling the length through the hip flexors. And from here you can grab your block, place it outside of your left hip, and place your left hand onto the block just outside of your hip. Reach your right arm up and side bend to the left side. Create all that space in your right side body. Breathing here. So we're coming into a side bend. Again, you can adjust your block, or if you haven't got a block, you can lower your hand onto the ground. Breathing. And from here, we're going to bring the right elbow onto the left knee. Bring your palms together in your chest, in the center of your heart. Keep pressing the hands together so that you can bring them closer into the chest. Breathing. As you inhale, can you imagine that you're lengthening your spine? And as you exhale, you can twist a little bit more. Let the neck be soft and relaxed. Beautiful. And lower your hands down to frame your left foot. Lift your right knee up and send your left leg back, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 more breaths in our downward facing dog. You can bend your knees if you need to. So bending the knees is going to help you create more space in your spine. And if it feels good, you don't need to bend the knees. So it's always good to update your practice based on your body. So there's really no set poses. Everyone's body is really different. And we need to adjust our practice based on how we feel and how our body is. Beautiful. And from here, we're gonna lift the heels up. Bring your feet together, bring your heels together, bend your knees, look forward, and step or jump both feet to the front very lightly. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Don't let the ego take over here. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. And exhale, bringing your hands back to your heart. Tadasana. Lower your hands down. Just taking a moment to come back into your breath. Feeling a little bit more warm, a bit more space and strength in your body. And from here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bring your feet together and lower your knees, your hips down as you bend your knees, coming into a chair pose. So we're just going to hold this. As we inhale, we're going to lift the chest higher. As you exhale, can you sit down a little bit lower? Keep your core hugging into your spine, lengthening the chest here. And as you exhale, lower your hands down to the ground, forward fold. Opening the feet slightly so that they're hip width apart. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen flat back. Exhale, press your hands down and step or jump both feet to the back as you land in a plank position or chaturanga. We're gonna inhale, lengthen, reach forward, squeeze the elbows in chaturanga. Hold that for one breath. Lower the knees if you need to. And inhale, come all the way up, upward facing dog. Lift your knees, open your chest. Exhale, down dog. And as you inhale, lift your right leg all the way up, three leg down dog. Exhale, bring your right knee into your left elbow. Inhale, three leg down dog. Exhale, step your right foot next to your right big thumb and sweep your arms all the way up. Come up to a high lunge here. Your back heel is lifted high. Taking a deep breath as you lift up. Lower your right hand. And again, you can modify your practice. Lower the left knee down if that feels good. Otherwise, we're lifting it up this time. Taking a nice side stretch to the right side. Sweep your left arm out to the side. And bring your left elbow onto your right knee. Palms come to the center of your heart as you twist. Coming up into your twist lunge here. Revolved crescent lunge. And from here, we're going to slowly step the left foot next to the right foot as you come into a twisting chair. Keep the hands into the center of your chest. Keep your knees parallel to each other. And slowly, we're going to lower the hands down to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart and lift your right knee up. Keep your left foot rooted down, lift the right knee all the way up, and bring your left hand onto your right knee and reach your right arm out to the side, to the back. So this is our option one. Option two, you can grab your left hand onto your right foot and extend it out in front of you, coming into a bit of a deeper twist, a bit of a deeper pose here. So no need to do that if it's not appropriate for you. Keep reaching your right hand back as you twist. And come back to the center, bring your hands back to your heart, bend your right knee into your chest if it was straight, send your right leg back as you sweep your arms all the way up, taking a little bit of a back bend here. Exhale, lower your hands down and step your left leg back, come into your downward facing dog. And as you inhale, can you reach your right leg all the way up, three leg down dog? And as you exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, step your right foot next to your right thumb. And from here, we're going to just step the left foot a little bit forward, keep your back heel at a 45-degree angle, and bring your hands at your hips, lengthen the spine. So if it's challenging for you, you can lift the back heel up. If not, you can keep the back heel down. And we're going to come into a pyramid pose. So inhale as you lengthen, and as you exhale, lower the hands down. Feel the stretch through the right hamstring. Again, if it's too much, you can lift the back heel up. Breathing here for 3. For 2, keep lengthening through the spine in your pyramid pose. And if you'd like to modify as well, you can just bring a block underneath your hands. That's totally fine. Maybe 2 blocks as well, depending on what you've got around. And from here, we're going to bring the right hand onto our right lower back. And come into a twist. So can you lift your back heel if it's too much? As you come into a twist here, we're going to come into a twisting Trikonasana. Keep the left hand underneath the left shoulder, and the right hand is just at your lower back. Twisting here. Breathing for 3. Keep lengthening through the spine. Your back heel can be lifted, or it can be on the ground. Finding what works for you. And from here, we're going to walk our left hand forward, bend the right knee slightly, and shift your weight forward as you lift your left foot up. Keep your right hand rooted onto your sacrum as you twist. Lift the right side of your chest up. Breathe through that. Breathing here, kicking the left foot a little bit higher. Let your toes be flexed. And lower the right hand down to the ground. Bend your right knee slightly. Kick your left leg all the way up. Come into a standing split. Let your toes point down. Keep your hips squared. And lower the left foot right next to the right foot. Bend your right knees. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. From here, we're going to lower the hips down and come into a kneeling position. So you can keep facing your mat, but I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. So now we're going to come into our side crow on the right side. So it's good to start your side crow in a kneeling down position. You're going to start with the side bend. So we've been doing a lot of the side bend already in the class today in our lunges. So first, you're going to bring the right hand by your side and reach your left arm out. And from there, we're going to bend to the side. Keep lengthening through the left side body. And from there, you're going to bring your hands right next to each other so that they're parallel to each other. All right? So it's like you're going into a crow. Your hands are in line with each other. And from here, we're going to first lift the hips as we squeeze the elbows in. So you want to make sure that the forearms are parallel to each other. And keep lifting the hips and round your back slightly. And from there, we're going to lift the foot up, lift the right foot, and then the left foot lifts up with it, and keep leaning forward. So breathing here. So you can try that, and if you feel like you need a little bit of a push, you can start off on your block. So we're going to start on the block, and again, create all that space. If you don't need the block, then don't use it, but we can try it again. So create all that space on the left side, bend here, lower the left hand next to the right. Make sure that there's enough space so they're shoulder width apart. And round your back, lift your hips up and keep leaning forward as you look forward. Direct your energy forward and kick your right foot up. Use your right foot to kick your left foot up with it. Breathing here, making sure that the forearms are parallel. And beautiful. Whenever you're ready, you can lower down. Bring your block out to the side and come into a child's pose. So bringing your knees down, lower the chest into the ground, and just take a few moments to settle into your breath. Feeling your forehead as it presses into the earth. Breathing here. So it's always fun to give our bodies a bit of a challenge. For me, it always brings me right into the present moment when I'm going into more challenging poses like these. It's really not about the pose, but it's about challenging yourself and meeting yourself here on the mat and just seeing what happens. So the hardest part is always showing up, and the rest is just having fun with it, enjoying the process. And whenever you're ready, you can start to lift your chest up and come into a downward facing dog. Feet parallel to each other. Breathing in your down dog, you can bend your knees if you need to. And as you inhale, lift your left leg all the way up. 3-leg down dog. Exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow as you twist. Inhale, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Shoulders are over your wrist and step your left foot next to your left thumb. Option 1, you can lower the right knee down. Option 2, just keep it up and sweep your arms all the way up, coming up to your high lunge here. If your knees are up, you can make sure that your back heel is lifted high, so your energy is directing forward. Lower your left hand and reach your right arm up and bring it out to the left side, so you're side bending in your right side body. Beautiful, and from here we're going to bring the right elbow onto the left knee. Bring your palms at your the center of your chest. Press your palms together as you twist. So making sure that the twist is coming from the spine rather than from the neck. Breathing here. And step your right foot next to your left as you come into a chair twist. Knees parallel to each other. You're still in the same twist exactly. And can you come all the way up to the center? Reach your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Beautiful. Root your right foot down as you lift the left knee. Bring your right hand onto your left knee and sweep your left arm back as you come into this twist here. And again, you can also take the more challenging variation by pressing your hand onto your left foot and extending it out. Keep your focus strong. Keep your gaze strong wherever you are. Breathing here. And come back to the center, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, step your left leg back, lower the left foot down, and reach your your arms all the way up. As you exhale, lower the hands down, and step the right leg back down to the ground, downward facing dog. Knuckles root down, bend your knees if you need to. And as you inhale, three-leg down dog, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot next to your left thumb. Walk your right foot slightly forward. Option 1, you can lift the heel up. Option 2, you can keep it at a 45-degree angle and bring your hands at your hips. Lengthen the spine, so create this long spine. The crown of your head is pointing straight forward. And as you inhale, can you lengthen more? As you exhale, can you bring your chest forward? Maybe your hands can lower down, coming into a pyramid pose here. Maybe you can also use your blocks, one by each foot. One to frame your foot. Breathing here. And lower your right hand down. Bring your left hand onto your sacrum, onto your lower back, and lift the left side of your chest up. Push the right hand into the earth as you come into a deep twist here. Konasana, but with a twist. Keeping the spine long. And walk your right hand forward and bend your left knee slightly, kick your right leg all the way up as you come into a twist, coming into a twisting half moon. Right hands underneath the shoulders, keep the spine long and your right foot is pointing towards the earth. Breathing here, gaze at one point and lower the left hand down. Kick your right leg all the way up into a standing split. Bend your left knee. Kick your right leg higher. Let your forehead fall onto your knee. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Lower the feet down. And come all the way down here. And we'll take it into a side crow on the left side. So if you felt like you needed the block last time, you can just place the block underneath your feet. And I will turn around so that you can see me, but just stand wherever you can see me as well. And from here, if you've got the block underneath your feet, you can stand on that. And we're gonna go onto the left side. So we're gonna inhale, reach the right arm up, side bend to the right side, create all of that space. And as you exhale, lower the right hand down. Make sure that your hands are as wide as your shoulders. Feel that crease in your elbow pointing forward. So notice that little crease pointing forward. That means that your forearms are parallel to each other. From here, we're gonna lift the hips and keep leaning forward, maybe kicking the foot up and bringing it all the way up. Breathing here. So keep leaning forward. Keep your gaze strong in front of you. And you can stay there, maybe you can lower down. And we can try it one last time before we finish our class today. So you guys are doing such a great job. It's not the easiest, but it's a lot of fun. It's also really good for your lower back, for your back. So come into a kneeling position, reach the right arm up, side bend to the left side, create all of that space as you twist here. Bring your hands parallel to each other, squeeze the elbows in, lift your hips and lean forward. Protract your shoulders. So it's like you're in a crow, exactly, but you're just lifting the feet up together on the side. Making sure you're breathing here. And beautiful. From here, we're gonna lower down and bring your knees onto the ground. Come back into your final child's pose. Forehead melts into the earth. Just taking a moment to feel the beating of your heart. Feeling the breath, listening to it. And slowly coming back up. And from here, we will lie down on our backs. Bring your feet just behind your hips. And so we're going to come into a bridge pose. Just a nice counter stretch for what we've been doing. So we've been doing a lot of forward folds, a lot of twists. So it's nice to just end with a bit of a back bend. I'm going to give you an option to go into a restorative back bend today. So if you've got your block, you can place it just underneath that sacrum, that part where you're placing your hand on in your twists. So the point where your lower back and your hips meet. And if you have not got a block, you can just come into a regular bridge. Wherever you are, your hands are almost connecting to your heels. And if you're in this restorative variation today, just taking a moment to let the heart be elevated, letting it direct all this energy into your body. Just noticing your breath. And from here, releasing the block, lowering your hips down. And open your knees out, Supta Baddha Konasana. We're gonna bring the feet together. Create a big diamond shape with your legs and bring your hands out by your side. Just closing the eyes, taking a moment to breathe here. So using this practice to bring you more awareness into your body, into your breath. This is really all that it's about. It's about being here, being in the moment. And slowly you can start to bring your legs out, wide, as you come into a Shavasana. Keep your palms out, away from your body. And to end our practice today, we're going to come into Samavriti, square breathing. So we're going to inhale for 4 counts, hold the breath for 4, and exhale for 4, and hold the breath out for 4. And you can stay in your Shavasana as we do this. So before we begin, take a deep breath in, and a big breath out, the air breathing out. And inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you come back into your natural rhythm of breathing. And just stay here for as long as you'd like as you come into your Shavasana, letting the breath be soft. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. It was so nice to have you. I hope you enjoyed the sequence. Please let me know how it was in the comments. I would love your feedback. And stay tuned for more classes. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'll be posting a new class every week. So if you have any recommendations, any specific requests, I would love to do that for you. Just let me know. I'm Farah. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a great day.